From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Vivo V9. Powered by Renault, Hike and Nestaway.
Good evening and welcome. It's great to see you this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Justice Loya was not murdered. Justice Loya died a natural death. The grief of his family was used by a totally motivated lobby along with the Congress party to settle political scores. Family members of the deceased judge's family were used by the Congress party as cannon fodder. 1 month before the Gujarat election, strategically timed plants in political pamphlets pretending to be magazines were printed as part of an electoral build-up sponsored by a political party. Judges were instigated. All this happened. A fight was engineered in the highest court of the country. Nobody was spared. There were so many lies. Anyone and everyone who asked the lobby questions, real questions, truthful questions, incisively questions, was mercilessly targeted by their pro-Maoist, pro-Congress troll army. The fake media, the paid media, sponsored and funded by a political party, pretending to be a magazine, some pretending to be a fact-checking website or a print entity. Their funding should be investigated now, was unleashed in this free-for-all. The judge's son was targeted, his family was targeted, money was made, some activists started raising money, they made lots of rupees and dollars, and an attempt was created by a party to have a mutiny or a revolt inside the highest court of the country, the Supreme Court. There was so much dirt, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, therefore tonight there is only one option. And the time has come. Take on the lobby and expose the lobby. I know this lobby knows me. I have seen this lobby go berserk when I exposed them. A couple of years back when I did a series of reports on the funding of NGOs, this lobby, thinking it's an existential crisis, went berserk. This lobby must now be made to face their own ugly and dirty reality. They have to be shown the mirror, and their own dirt must be seen by them. Their cowardice must be exposed. Their tendency to hunt in packs must be revealed, and it will, of course. But most of all, ladies and gentlemen, now the time has come. One by one and peel by peel and moment by moment, we must act. And we must tear apart their unwatchable stream of lies. It's us versus the lobby this time. It's the Republic versus the lobby. As far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, he should just stop it now. Enough lies. It's just becoming irrelevant. And joining me right after the headlines, Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad speaks to me, and at 10 p.m. tonight, Prime Minister Modi said yesterday, Pakistan should not try stunts with me. I know how to deal with them. They're ducking for cover. Modi wants Pakistan is debate number 2. It's a really packed show. And here are the headlines this Thursday evening on the debate tonight. The lawyer lobby loses in the Supreme Court. All their motivated petitions have been thrown away.
Invisible hand, which has filed this case to settle political scores, is no one other than Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party.
9 union ministers, 3 chief ministers put Rahul on the mat after the lawyer verdict. And he's still in hiding. Will Rahul be able to respond to the BJP's invisible hand attack? His credibility completely at stake. Forensic report quoted by the pamphlet exposes the lie. Clincher mail trail on Republic. From London, Prime Minister Modi issues the strongest ever warning to Pakistan on terror.
which is nothing but a figment of Indian imagination.
Pakistan scurries for cover after Prime Minister Modi attacks them from the global stage. And the big story and the big debate, ladies and gentlemen, joining me on this Thursday edition of the debate. And before we begin the debate is Union Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, who today led the BJP's attack on Rahul Gandhi and the lobby after the Supreme Court verdict quashing all their conspiracy theories in Judge Loya's death. Now, as by way of introduction for viewers, before I go and talk to Ravi Shankar Prasad, today this lobby, which exploited the death of a judge, has been exposed, and it has been exposed in the highest court of the country. And when the top court of the country has called them out for being frivolous and motivated, this brazen lobby doesn't find the need to explain, doesn't apologize, and continues to cling on to the fabricated theories without an ounce of facts. To that lobby, I have no sympathy because if you try to whip up sentiment and craft a counter to truth narrative on a judge's death, and even the word of the Supreme Court does not convince them, then I don't know what to say. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Union Law Minister, would you have expected Rahul Gandhi to come out and explain himself today? He hasn't done so.
Well, Arnab, I have to make few points which are very relevant. The death of the Justice Loya because of heart attack was unfortunate. For 3 years silence. Suddenly an article on wrong fact comes in Karma, this is made an issue. We kept quiet in spite of extreme provocation. We said let the law take its own course. I regret to say it was not a public interest litigation. It was a Congress interest litigation designed to defame the BJP and the party's president. How could you expect Arnab Goswami in an argument in the court, apex court of the country, that Amit Shah controls the Supreme Court? Shameful, malicious, downright denigrating. They don't believe the judges of the state of Maharashtra. They seek to denigrate the 2 judges of the Bombay High Court. And what is very shocking, Arnab, you must highlight that part of the judgment. An argument was made that 2 judges of the Supreme Court bench, because of their past connection with Mumbai High Court, may have some issues in giving a justice. The court has called it scandalous. For the sake of Mr. Rahul Gandhi's, your political narrative, the judiciary will be defamed like this? That is my first submission to make, Arnab, for you and for your viewers. And the second is most important. Public litigation has a sanctity of its own. You may recall I had argued the case of PIL in the fodder scam in Patna High Court into CBI inquiry. People are going to jail. Corruption, abuse of power, environment, rights of poor people. But here is a case, a party having been consistently defeated by the people of India is invoking the corridors of the courts for political reasons.
But it's not the first time in the context of Mr. Amit Shah.
The court has also castigated that.
In the context of Mr. Amit Shah, it's not the first time. May I remind you, Mr. Minister, that in the case of Ishrat Jahan, the target was Amit Shah. In the Sohrabuddin case, the target was Amit Shah. In the Justice Loya case, the target was Amit Shah. Therefore, is the target Amit Shah? If the target is Amit Shah, why is it Amit Shah? And where did this magazine or pamphlet, whatever you call it, come in between that? Because all of this happened about a month before the Gujarat elections.
It was all a part of the strategy, or no? You have rightly put it. Because they know that the team Narendra Modi, assisted ably by Amit Shah, is unconquerable. Today the party is ruling in 21 states of India. We have got 15 chief ministers, 8 deputy chief ministers. Congress is losing everywhere, including their deposits. They are worried. They did the same against Narendra Modi ji before 2014 elections. You remember that. I do not recount you all the cases, 9 SIT cases, no evidence. Then you have Ishrat Jahan case. I had occasion to appear in many of these cases in my professional capacity earlier. Then you have that Snoop Gate case. You remember all these series of cases. Because there was a lobby at work, patronized by the Congress party, that we must use the court stratagem to stop Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. They failed repeatedly. They are failing even now. But why this case is important? And you rightly pointed out, unfortunate death of a serving judicial officer has been made an issue to denigrate the judiciary and score political point. That is the point I am trying to highlight.
Well, Ravi
Therefore,
Shankar
Rahul Gandhi needs to give an apology.
No, he's not apologizing.
Yes,
of course he's not apologizing. He's saying Indians are deeply intelligent. And he says most Indians, including people in the BJP, know about Amit Shah. And he says the truth will catch up. He doesn't say anything about the case in point.
Yes, well, the truth is catching up with Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Under his charge, the party is losing elections after elections. As I said, even in Tripura they had 0, in Nagaland they had 0. They lost their deposit also in Phulpur and Gorakhpur. No one is asking questions from him. He is asking questions from us. But today I will not be on the political issue, Arnab Goswami. I am on larger narrative. And the narrative is very simply this. Our constitution has framed certain guidelines. The executive will execute. The legislature will make laws. The judiciary will interpret laws. I am a supporter of PIL for genuine cause of public grievance, of corruption, abuse of power, which you have also been articulating in many cases. But should a party being repeatedly rejected by the people of India in elections after elections invoke the doors of the court for political legitimacy, to downgrade a political formation which has got the mandate of the people of India, and that too, unfortunate case of a death of a judge by heart attack? That is the larger narrative with the Congress party. And today you have the temerity to say this judgment does not inspire confidence. That is the larger issue I am trying to highlight.
Well, Ravi Shankar Prasad, thanks. What worries me is the attempt to create a revolt in the Supreme Court and then try to remove their fingerprints when they were caught. Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, thanks very much. Let's go to the debate. And on the debate tonight, I think we should start with Yatin Oza today. And Yatin Oza should perhaps, for spreading this canard and this lie and being part of the lobby that has been actively lying and saying everywhere that Justice Loya has been murdered, he has been murdered, I would expect a gentlemanly apology to Sambit Patra as the official BJP representative before I get everyone else, including M.R. Venkatesh, Ramesh Jetmalani, Rajiv Pandey, Waris Patan, Abdul Gandhi and Sabah Naqvi into the debate. Yes, please, sir. Your chance to apologize. Please be graceful about it. Then the debate begins.
Arnab, I am really disgusted. How do you join me in that lobby? Sambit Patra was with me in the earlier debate. How strongly I have come down against criticism of the Supreme Court judgment. He has heard. I am really surprised, Arnab, with your conjectures and
as an afterthought, you're changing your line?
No, at all not. Don't say this. No, don't say this. You have no idea that I am the one who has filed an affidavit before the Supreme Court stating how the conspiracy was hatched to involve Amit Shah in Sohrabuddin case. You don't know anything.
I am talking about the Justice Loya case.
Heavily I have come.
I am talking about the Justice Loya's case. Speak about the prison.
I am
in the Justice Loya case. Okay, take you out of the equation. Let me take you out of the equation. Let me take you out of the equation. I ask you today, Yatin Oza, let me take you out of the equation and let me ask you a broad question today. That should this lobby, see, let's be a little today, let's be a little decent to each other on the program for a change. Should this lobby, this motivated lobby, this lying lobby, this politically funded lobby, this fake media lobby, should this activist lobby, should this PIL seeking politically sponsored lobby feel any sense of shame that they tried to use the grief of a dead judge's family for their own selfish and political gains? Please, at least take a position on that.
I am taking a very clear position on that. I am very clear, but I am very clear that this verdict should be accepted and there should not be any comments or criticism on this judgment. But BJP is trying to exploit the situation by taking political advantage of this judgment. Nowhere I have read line by line, and I'm sure, Arnab, you must have also
Exploit the
gone
situation.
through line by line this judgment.
What?
Nowhere Supreme Court has said that this is a politically motivated litigation.
Oh, come on.
For illustrative purposes.
I've read it too.
At page 108,
At
page 108 they have stated, by way of an illustration, and BJP wants to take complete. I am not defending those who tried to malign the Supreme Court or those who unnecessarily try to rake up the
debate
issue
is
before
on.
the Supreme Court.
No,
But
Mahesh
one thing
Jetmalani
is
also wants to
certain-
come in.
But
Now
one
can
thing
I-
is certain,
Sambit, debate is on. Everyone's on.
Since Mr. Oja has challenged me, so I firmly believe I should accept
they
his
are not the
challenge.
sympathizers of Congress party.
Thank you, Mr. Oja. But let me make my point as well. You have said that nowhere does the judgment. Mr. Oja, you should have the courtesy of allowing me also. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Oja, you have thrown a challenge saying that nowhere the judgment mentions that this is a politically motivated litigation. To this, let me read out paragraph 72. At the other end of the spectrum are petitions which have been instituted at the behest of business or political rivals to settle scores behind the facade of public interest litigation. Political rivalries have to be resolved in the great hall of democracy when the electorate votes its representative in and out of office. Sir, I am reading out paragraph 72 and 73, and I respect you, and I expect that you should not shout in the middle of my rendition. Sir, I am not going to follow the pages that you are going to dictate me. I am just reading out, and I am demolishing your challenge. You said that this is not a politically motivated litigation. The Supreme Court, in contrary to what you have said, has categorically mentioned that this is a political interest litigation, and political rivalries have to be resolved in the great hall of democracy where the electorate votes its representative in and out of office, and not on the floor of the court. So I firmly believe that the two reasons for this PIL, one was to demean the Bharatiya Janata Party, and other was a frontal attack on the independence of judiciary. And today I can say that, I can vouch and say, it's a real sad day that we are discussing on the Supreme Court judgment, we are discussing about the credibility of the judges, we are discussing about the independence of judiciary of this country.
No, what happened in this case?
Goswami.
What has happened in
Rahul
this
Gandhi
case?
and the Gandhi family.
What has happened in this case is that the fake activist group, Sabha, the fake media group, the pamphlets supported and sponsored by political parties pretending to be magazines. 1 minute. The fake lobby became desperate. It tried to break the Supreme Court of India, and they should now apologize, Sabha, to Judge Loya's family.
I have heard all your words.
No, you should hear more. I want you to hear more. MR is on the debate with you. I have not completed my words. I want to speak a little bit more today. I want to speak my mind today about what I think about this lobby. This fake invertebrate lobby, this spineless, paid-for fake lobby, this lobby which refuses to take notes of the facts, this rumor-mongering lobby, this shoot-and-scoot lobby, this Congress-paid lobby, which has used the family's pain to settle scores with the BJP and have now gone into hiding. Because now the Supreme Court of India has said their petitions are a grave danger to the credibility of the judicial process. Where is that lobby now? Where is MR? Should that lobby not come out now?
Reply to you? Now,
should that lobby not come out now, MR and Sabha?
Yes. Can I reply to you?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I think if you are calling people who have the courage
to stand up against those
who have more money historically than any other party. No, let me finish that. Let me finish my point here. I always believed that all the stories that came out were very circumstantial and vague in the Justice Loya matter. But there was enough room for an inquiry to be asked.
Really?
And for you to sit there and declare that everybody else is paid, whereas historically the Bharatiya Janata Party's income after demonetization has gone up 81% to a historic high. You will not discuss that. You will accuse others of being paid. You will accuse magazines which struggle of being paid. So I don't appreciate that at all.
I have put facts before it. I have put facts before it. Listen, Listen, I put facts before it. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. Sabha, let me tell you, Sabha, let me tell you a fact. Let me tell you a fact. You want to cling on, 1 minute. You want to cling on to some foolish narrative. Let me show you some new facts. 1 minute, Sabha. You know nothing about this story. You know nothing about it. I'll tell you the extent to which. Listen to me, Sabha. Now you need to understand here, right? You call these people magazines, this may be your opinion on them. I feel they don't even put good poetry out there. The fact of the matter is you want to cling on to the narrative. Let me give you some facts out here. Prema Sridevi, who's done some real journalism, not this pamphlet which comes out in the form of a magazine, has said today, let me tell you, by the way, MR, you can wake up a sleeping man, you cannot wake up someone who's pretending to be asleep. If this fake, motivated and politically biased lobby wants to sit and be in complete denial about the facts, then I will sit here with as much stubbornness and I want to rub more facts into their face. Now let me tell you. I have a letter with me. I have a letter with me from AIMS dated 3rd March 2018, addressed to the Senior Inspector of Police Sunil Bonde with the subject, opinion furnished by Dr. D.K. Sharma to Caravan magazine regarding the sad demise of Judge Sri Loya. Now let me tell you what it says. It will make you realize what this fake journalism is about. The letter quotes Dr. R.K. Sharma as saying, I have been grossly misquoted by Caravan magazine regarding the death of Justice Loya. Is there any doubt that a malicious attempt to spread lies on the Loya death took place? Who was sponsoring it, Sabha? When the letter quotes Dr. Sharma is saying, I do not agree with the contents of the report published, which are ascribed to me. One second. Isn't it clear that there was a deliberate attempt to create paranoia over the natural death of a judge? If someone were to quote you, wrong, you would be out there saying, I'm going to sue that person. Now this letter. No, Sabha, don't teach me journalism, Sabha. In this letter, signed by Dr. Kulbhushan Prasad, Assistant Professor, Dr. Abhishek Yadav, Assistant Professor, Dr. Arijit Dey, Senior Resident, as well as Dr. Sudhir Gupta, Head of Forensic Medicine at AIMS. It says that no doctor from the Department of Forensic Medicine has given any opinion about the death of Judge Loya in an official or individual capacity to the Caravan magazine or to any other media agency. So there is an open attempt to doctor medical opinion. Do you realize this? You call this journalism? You doctor medical opinion. Mahesh Jetmalani, what's going on? Why do people like Sabha not listen anymore to basic facts? Are they afraid of the facts? Are they afraid of the lobby being exposed?
I'm shocked.
Sabha, listen, I'm shocked at your responses. I'm shocked at your responses today.
The sequence of events of
What sequence of events? I'm telling you the facts. You can't put words in people's mouth. You can't misquote them. You can't put out a barrage of lies before the Gujarat elections. Come on, Sabha, you know the truth. Mahesh is on the program. Tony.
And by the way, Congress never raised the Caravan story.
Oh, I'm sorry. Arnab. Mahesh Jetmalani is on the debate tonight.
Gujarat elections. I'm asking Sambit.
Mahesh Jetmalani.
Arnab, if Sabha is not convinced after reading the Supreme Court judgment, if she is not convinced about one thing, that Caravan is a yellow rag that fabricates evidence, and the lawyers who have relied upon it, and this case is it relies exclusively upon 3 Caravan articles. The lawyers have sworn an affidavit based on that. As you just pointed out, Dr. Sharma's opinion was fabricated. There was no such opinion. And Prashant Bhushan brought that opinion on record by an affidavit sworn by him. He was both counsel and petitioner. He fabricated evidence. Apart from the scurrilous allegations, the repeated contempt of the district judiciary, the High Court and the Supreme Court,
Gandhi.
all 3 judges, the Chief Justice of India.
Shame! And this level of fabrication I have never seen.
Arnab, I want to come in.
One thing very important.
Arnab, I want to come in.
These lawyers are the
Why do you want to come in, Mr.?
These lawyers are the legal foot soldiers of the
Arnab, I want to
Brigade led by Rahul Gandhi. These lawyers are the legal foot soldiers. And I tell you, this is not the first time they've done it. Mr. Prasad Bhushan and Mr. Dushyant Dave are habitual offenders. They are my friends. But today I'm forced to speak out. I discussed this with them in private.
Mr. Malani, it was the family and especially the son of Judge Loya who wrote a letter to the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court demanding an investigation into the Judge Loya's death. It was his family which initiated the
so many falsehoods have been spread. So many falsehoods have been spread. You want to spread a few more tonight?
Arnab, in Feb 2015, it was Judge Loya's son who raised suspicion over Judge Loya's death, and he wrote to
Summit. No. I have to correct you. I have to correct you, Mr. Gandhi. I have to correct you. Mr. Gandhi, don't spread falsehoods over here.
But
as far as family members are concerned, I have the letter of Anuradha Biani, the sister. I have the sister's letter. And look at the amount of propaganda that has gone into this article. What does Anuradha Biani say? I had met one journalist, Niranjan Takle, before 1 year in Dhule. I do not know whether he had done a video shooting while I was talking with him. All family members were shocked because of Bridges' death. I did not have any suspicion about it even then. I do not have any suspicion now. So naturally you had made a conspiracy. You had manufactured a conspiracy while none existed. You made false cases out of the doctor's forensic report also. Go to page number 95 of the judgment.
Regarding certain discrepancies.
The clarification of aims indicates that Dr. Sharma had categorically stated that he was grossly misquoted by Caravan.
Gentlemen, you're talking at cross purposes. You are both talking at cross purposes, gentlemen. Gentlemen, you are both talking at cross purposes. Sambit and Mr. Gandhi, stop. Sambit and Mr. Gandhi, stop. We want to have a debate tonight. Sambit, please stop. Sambit, please stop. We want to have a debate tonight. No, Gandhi, listen. Gandhi, listen. Mr. Gandhi, please listen. Mr. Gandhi, please listen. Please listen to me. I want to say something now. I want to say something now, Mr. Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi.
And you were grilling him like anything.
Mr. Gandhi.
And you were trying to prove that he is being handled from somewhere. So your whole investigation, Mr. Arnab, is just to fix Congress and to show that Congress is involved in this.
I'll tell you one thing.
You are trying to avoid.
I'll tell you one thing. Mr. Gandhi, no, Mr. Gandhi, I will respond to you now. Mr. Gandhi, you know, unlike you, now that you've spoken and you made certain damning allegations against me, I will now take you on. So, Mr. Gandhi, understand I'm completely and totally prepared on this subject. No, Mr. Gandhi, enough. Mr. Gandhi, I don't take anything lying down. You listen to me, Mr. Gandhi. I don't take anything lying down. You hear me now very clearly. And don't speak over me because you need to listen to some facts. You have come unprepared with another bunch of falsehoods on the program and I have absolutely no intention to spare you. Listen to me. And speaking over me means you are scared. What are you scared of? You be quiet. Now I'll expose you after you are quiet. You be quiet. First of all, you be quiet, then I'll expose you. You be quiet. Don't panic, Mr. Gandhi. Now listen to me. Mr. Gandhi, this is typical nervous behavior. Viewers, I'm about to expose him so he won't stop talking. So I'll move on. I'll go to Waris Pathan. Waris Pathan versus MR Venkatesh. Waris Pathan versus MR Venkatesh. Let us be very clear here now. Calm down, everyone, gentlemen. I'll tell you what kind of lie is going on. On the 2nd of March, Waris Pathan, Dr. R.K. Sharma, in a reply to Sudhir Gupta via email, says, Sudhir Gupta of AIMS, I have not given any report regarding the death of Justice Loya. So, logical person, not a motivated member of this paid, semi-extortionist fake lobby, will ask some basic questions. Question number 1, on what basis did Caravan claim that Dr. R.K. Sharma, former head of forensic medicine and toxicology in All India Institute of Medical Sciences and the president of the Indian Association of Medical Legal Experts for 22 years, has dismissed the official claim that Loya died of a heart attack? Listen, the truth is A, Arnab, what is printed is Z. 1 minute. There's nothing in between. What was their motivation? Answer me. To what extent will we take this country's politics that these kind of lies will be better? No, Waris Pathan, one more point. Waris Pathan, look at the extent of lies, extent of falsehood. Waris, listen, one more minute. Just understand. I want the viewers to understand the extent of falsehood. You see, these people are the kind of people, if there's a good monsoon, they'll say there's a drought. Caravan writes, there is a possibility of poisoning. And they've attributed this statement to whom? They've attributed the statement to Dr. R.K. Sharma. What journalism is this? And by the way, I'll tell you the interesting connection, MR.
Well, Arnab,
this Rahul Gandhi's paper, National Herald. One second. 1 minute. No, Waris, I want to expose them completely today. I'm completely motivated to expose the lobby. Listen to me, I'll take 10 more seconds. Rahul Gandhi's paper, National Herald, immediately picks up the article by Caravan. And now Sabha is laughing because she understands how the lobby works in the media. They publish its own article titled, and I saw the article, Forensic Expert Dismisses Heart Attack as Cause of Lawyer's Death, reports the Caravan. I didn't know if Caravan and National Herald were a 50-50 joint venture. Maybe they are. This is published on the 12th of February. 1 second. And a lot of panic is created around Judge Loya's death. This is happening at a time when there is a panic and an attempt to break in the Supreme Court. This is what I put it out, the circle of intent. Each incident linked to the other. I will put this up today. This is a circle of intent. I'm going to explain this a little later today. No. It's a circle of intent. Look at the circle of intent and how things happen. Each incident linked to the other, linking a magazine, a paper, a political party, and activists. Please tell me, what were you trying to do? Since you are also part of the lobby, करने की क्या कोशिश थी? जरा बताइए, कोर्ट को तोड़ने की कोशिश, देश को तोड़ने की कोशिश, पार्टियों को तोड़ने की कोशिश, क्या कोशिश क्या थी जरा बताइए आज बिल्कुल एक्सपोज हो चुके हैं, बताइए. Come on, go on. Let's debate again. Come on. Let's debate.
Well, Arnab, let me tell you, today I am talking as a lawyer. Arnab, let me tell you, today I am talking as a lawyer, and I accept the Supreme Court judgment. The Honorable Supreme Court has given a judgment. The verdict, everybody has to accept it. Even I accept the judgments. But many questions have remained unanswered.
Why did you keep quiet so long? Why did you keep quiet so long when facts were staring at your face, Mr. Waris Pathan? The facts were staring. The facts were staring, and it was evident that you are being led to the garden path. No, everybody was leading you to the garden path, and all that it takes is a fake report of a doctor and 3 articles in a yellow magazine to scandalize the court. That is what you have done.
What is,
sir, you have done.
What happens to that question? The other thing is that why was there blood shown on the Justice Loya's neck? What happens to that question? There are many questions which could have been answered. Even inquiry could have been initiated, Arnab. So what the things the Bombay Bar Association
I want an inquiry.
Let it
both on the judiciary and the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Many questions would have been answered.
Okay, you want an inquiry? Waris.
When you base it on absolute falsehood, you are basing the entire request on falsehood.
Waris wants an inquiry. I also want an inquiry. Viewers, I want to speak to you for a minute. No, MR, I want to speak directly to the viewers for a minute. I want to speak directly to the viewers for a minute. And the debate is warming up and I'm happy about it. Today I'm going to really debate this. And Mahesh Jetpradhan is enjoying the debate, so is Yatinoza. Yatinoza is thinking, why did I come into the debate? Because I'm going to be completely exposed in a few minutes. And Taslim Memani is quiet today because he knows that I have so many facts with me. Don't worry, I'm coming to each one of you. I'm coming to each one of you today. I want an investigation. I demand an investigation. I am saying today, the nation demands an investigation. You know what I want an investigation into. Viewers, I want an investigation, Sabha, into what I call the circle of intent exposed by Republic. Please pay attention very closely. For 1 minute, आपके आंखें खुल जाएंगी. आप अगर 1 मिनट मेरी बात सुनेंगे, सारा दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. सारा कुछ एक्सपोज हो जाएगा. मुझे 1 मिनट की मोहलत दीजिए, जनाब. मुझे 1 मिनट की मोहलत दीजिए. आज डरते क्यों हैं आप? 1 मिनट बहुत ज्यादा टाइम नहीं होता. अरे भाई 2-3 सालों की षड्यंत्र में 1 मिनट मांग रहा हूं. Give me a minute to expose the conspiracy. The circle of intent, viewers. The circle of intent. The circle of intent. The circle of intent is on your screen. Viewers, I'm holding up the circle of intent. The circle of intent is on your screen. Please listen to me.
Acquitted. Ajmer Blast accused.
No. The circle of intent. The circle of intent. Can I explain the circle of intent for a minute? Please watch this. Please watch this, viewers. There are 6 circles in the circle of intent. 6 circles. Circle number 1 is the death of Judge Loya, 30th November, 1st December 2014. That's circle number 1. Then, circle number 2, 1086 days later, 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks before the Gujarat results, in the height of the Gujarat campaign, 1086 days later, I come to the second circle, the publishing of the article by this, I don't want to call them a magazine, whatever they are, Caravan, whatever they are. Very smartly, they published the magazine article on the 20th of November 2017. They wait right before the Gujarat results. Okay, in the middle of the campaign. Same day, I come to the third circle. The internet lobby of the Congress party picks it up along with the leftist Maoist trolls on the 20th of November 2017. You must check out who made what comments, like an army they operate. Then I come to the fourth circle. The National Herald picks it up on the 22nd of November 2017. Now look at this. One day later, I come to the next circle. The Congress party officially raises it on the 23rd of November 2017. Now I come to the sixth circle. The Gujarat election polling is the 9th and 14th of December 2017, 15 days later. This is the circle of intent. Nobody I want an investigation into whether the media, political parties and papers that are paid for by political parties and internet trolls were working together to create the circle of intent on the Justice Loya case. Now come on, why are you quiet? Mr. Oza, Taslim Rahmani, Taslim Rahmani, is this true or not? Taslim Rahmani, is this true or not? Taslim Rahmani and Samit Patra.
You shall also tell the viewers what was the date of his son when he raised the suspicion and what was the intention of the son of Justice Loya when he raised this question. And I would very clearly say that there is nothing but the
Mr. Rahmani, my simple question is, have you gone through the 114 pages of the judgment?
I tell you,
if you have not gone to the judgment, then you have no right of debating over here. Have you come prepared? Have you even gone through this judgment, 114 pages? The judgment is all about specifics. Every specific point has been answered in the judgment. Every specific point has been dealt with in the judgment. Someone before Mr. Rahmani was asking about how the judges were staying in a single room. The judgment says that the judges were not staying in a single room. They were in a VIP suite in Ravi Bhavan. So you have to get the specifics before you start debating. And the judgment is demeaning. It's demeaning on this lobby.
We are following this story
as the submissions have evolved, it has become clear
so we don't need your sermon about it. We don't need your sermon about it.
The independence of the judiciary and to dilute the credibility of
you see,
Rahmani, you are a good person. My simple and humble question
in the NIA case, the NIA Solicitor General Roni Salyan said that he has been pressurized by the superior to dilute the charges.
Mr. Rahmani does not come prepared. Mr. Rahmani is saying that the NIA is looking at this case. This is the Supreme Court, Mr. Rahmani. You should come prepared.
There are evidences that the lobbies are trying to influence the judiciary. And now this kind of debate, you are casting aspersion and doubt over the
speak the truth. Yatin Oza, speak the truth and nothing but the truth today. Speak the truth today. Forget your motivations and your personal likes and dislikes of individual BJP leaders who you have worked with in the past and fallen out now. Speak the truth. Was the Loya case a build-up to the Gujarat elections or not? Was it an attempt to fix Amit Shah or not? Was it or was it not?
Speak the truth. You are unnecessarily. Now give me 2 minutes, please. Speak the truth. You are expressing aspersions against me. Before you hear me, I am very clear that apart from caravan, there was no material. And caravan material should have been thoroughly probed before filing the petition. My stand was clear before.
You're
the
playing safe again.
Also, Sambit Patra would stand for it. But today I find two proverbs in English to be actually before me holier than the thou and more faithful to the crown than the king himself. That is what you are doing today for BJP.
Sambit, no. Yatin Oza, for you, two words come to my mind. Two words come to my mind today. One,
Yes.
listen.
Today you are
To describe you today, two words come to my mind. One is a three-letter word and one is a four-letter word. Listen to me. Listen to me. You are frustrated. No. Two words come to my mind. Yatin Oza. The two. That's okay. You call me. You say anything. Yatin Oza. The two words which come to my mind are big and third. Big third. This verdict comes as a big third for people like you who have theorized and politicized this verdict. You have done the fear mongering. You have put in all these rumor mongering theories.
I have not once. I am sorry, Arnab. Don't put words in my mouth.
I have not. Now you want to backtrack. That's something else.
Stand in favor of the petitioner. Show me one.
Relax.
Mr. Oja, can I ask you a 10-second question?
No, watch. No, Mahesh Jetmalani is on the
Oja, be cool, Mr. Oja. I just want to ask you a 10-second question, if you permit me. I am not casting any aspersions on you. A simple question, Mr. Oja, all those whom we call the lobbyists, today they are busy denigrating the Supreme Court and in fact, they are judging the judgment itself. My simple question is, where was this lobby, this very lobby that we're discussing, when in 2012...
So what is wrong if somebody is judging the judgment? What is wrong therein?
Junior judges, as per this lobby.
Why don't you want the people to cast aspersion to doubt any judgment?
There was a Sukanya Devi rape case which was thrown out.
Why don't you want to allow the people to take their own opinion?
I want answer for that.
I agree with you.
Sir,
are we living in some kind of an army rule? Why don't you want everybody you are telling that they are the fake and only you are the genuine one?
Will you answer
The judges are...
In 2012, the Sukanya Devi rape case was thrown out by the Supreme Court. Did you question the Supreme Court's credibility then? Did you want the Supreme Court to come out again on this case? Of course not. But today when you all people question the Supreme Court,
I just want to, if the two gentlemen allow me...
None of you question the 2012
Just the two gentlemen allow me, I want to make a slightly middle path point.
No, there is no
middle path point.
Why this lobbyist?
No, there is no middle path. Sabha, sorry, there is no. The middle path is being chosen like an escape route. There is no middle path. Sabha, I'll tell you why there is no middle path. 1 second. There is no middle path today, Sabha, because with today's verdict out, I'm sorry, Sabha, with today's verdict out, this lobby, and you have not liked the word lobby. First of all, I'll tell you this lobby is a mix of politicians, self-proclaimed activists and out-of-work journalists. It needs to apologize for capitalizing on the death of a judge, fear-mongering over it, and then using it for cheap politics, for making it a political free-for-all, for targeting the son of a judge lawyer, for saying that he's a liar, for using the activism facade to launch a motivated campaign and collecting money over it, for calling a heart attack, for calling a heart attack premeditated murder, for monetizing on the death of a judge, for ironically calling for impartiality, and for deriding, attacking and abusing anyone who did not toe the lobby's line. This lobby is over. It is over in terms of its ethics and propriety. But the saddest part of it, Sabha, is that this shameless lobby does not even have the decency to apologize.
One-third of my answer will be one-third of your question if
in substance or in length.
Very simply, as it comes to caravan,
S-O-R-R-Y.
in length and substance, both. Allow me to say. Let me say a few things. This is not done. There is one thing on the caravan story. Right there and then at that time. There was never anything which would be criminally
I asked you
proven.
on the 2012 Rahul
Let
Gandhi
me talk.
case.
Let me talk.
Did you question during...
I asked you. Samit, this is not done, yaar. I can't hear you. Let me finish what I'm saying, yaar. Please. Come on. Just let me finish what I'm saying. I can't hear. I'm good to, I just can't hear anyone. I can't hear myself. I don't know whether I'm being heard. Have some pity and let me, goddamn, say a few things, Samit. One or two things. Number one, nobody is sitting here.
Okay, let us say something
about Caravan. Caravan came out with a series of stories. Many of us.
Let us say what... Sabha, come on, get on with it. Say what you want to say.
Nobody expected... So no one expected them to say that, okay, Justice Loya was murdered. The problem that I've always had here is this representation of... there was a very odd sequence of events that followed the Sohrabuddin case. However, you have to produce evidence for all of it. It was not going to actually land up like this in court. What happened here is these stories became a flashpoint for people to bring an attention to that.
Flashpoint by whom? By the Congi trolls.
Was there not a strange sequence of events?
Flashpoint for whom? The Congi trolls.
Coincidence or not, for the sequence of events.
No, flashpoint for whom? The Congi trolls.
The entire benches. It could be coincidence.
No, is it the Congi trolls?
Something odd about
for whom was it a flashpoint?
I'm asking you that.
No, for whom was it a flashpoint? Anyway, Mahesh Jethmalani.
I'm asking
Mahesh Jethmalani is on a debate. I welcome at this stage.
What coincidences we don't know.
I welcome at this stage Mahesh Jethmalani. You're going to be debating with your friend Ahmad Abdi. 1 second. You're going to be debating with your friend Ahmad Abdi, who's live from Lonavla right now. You know him well. He's a petitioner in the Judge Loya case, holds a diametrically different position from yours, and is the president of the Bombay Lawyers Association. Mr. Abdi, welcome to the debate. Your debating partner for this part, next 5 minutes, is Mahesh Jethmalani. Let's make the legal point. Mahesh Jethmalani, you have another top lawyer opposite you right now. Make the legal point to him on why they went wrong. Go ahead.
Arnab, this was a case only about the circumstances of Justice Loya's death. There was no question, there was not a slightest shred of evidence except that fabricated by Caravan, which even the petitioners came with. Now the Supreme Court has held not only that there was contempt, there was fabrication of evidence, there was perjury, and most of all, there was conflict of interest between lawyers and litigants. Now, the Supreme Court has been extremely light, Arnab. They have let off these people and taken a high moral ground by saying, listen, the court knows how to deal with contemners, we won't punish them. But I think the Bar Council and the Supreme Court Bar Association must step in, because this kind of public interest, misuse of public interest litigation, otherwise a useful tool, particularly for the impoverished, is being completely misused and hijacked for political agendas. My friend Yatin Oza says that the Supreme Court has not said that this is a political case. When they talk about misuse for political ends, in paragraph 74, the first sentence they say, the present case is indeed a case in point.
That's right.
Clearly saying that this case was a politically motivated case.
Who wants to respond?
One last point, Arnab, which is very important. Till today, on your channel, Arnab, one very important point. On your channel today, I saw Prashant Bhushan unrepentant after all this. After this judgment was delivered, he still said that the Supreme Court is being controlled by outside interests. He still said that. He's not There is time now to stop this kind of nonsense and undermine the integrity of the institution. He repeated it. And you know what these congressmen are doing, and this legal lobby, you know what they are doing, which is far more serious? They are now trying to suggest that the 4 judges who had a press conference actually had something to say on the merits of Loya's case. That the press conference was only about an issue on the roster, nothing else. But these 4, but the apologists for the Congress party and the legal Tukde brigade, the apologists for them are now saying that the 4 judges had something to say about Loya. It's a complete misrepresentation. I vouchsafe, Arnab, that any judge of the Supreme Court, any bench of the Supreme Court
during the press
would reach the same verdict.
Justice Gogoi.
No, Abdi will respond. Abdi, no, only Abdi, no, only Abdi. Please, only Mr. Abdi will respond now. It's been a spirited counter-attack out there. Mr. Abdi, you heard Mahesh Jethmalani. Please respond. I don't need to add in.
Thank you, Arnab, for giving... What our contention was that Loya was part of lower judiciary in Maharashtra. Every common man who goes to the court, his first interface is with the lower judiciary. So Loya was handling a sensitive case and he died in mysterious circumstances. So there should be an independent probe into the circumstances leading to his death. We were not blaming anybody. We were not taking sides of anybody. We were for upholding the rule of law in the country. Because when this petition was filed, people from public was telling that nothing will happen in this case because there are so many high-ups are involved. But we were confident that our Supreme Court will uphold the rule of law and they will come with some solution, because to remove from the public mind the doubts they are entertaining about the influence of powerful and mighty people. But we are disappointed.
Mr. Abdi, I invite your attention. I invite your attention, Mr. Abdi. I invite your attention, Mr. Abdi. As Mahesh Jetmalani wishes to respond to you, I will take a break. But this is a fascinating debate today. I will take a break and come back in a few minutes. This is a fascinating debate today. Some of the best political voices, some of the best journalistic voices, and some of the best activist voices. Though I disagree with all of them, I respect them evenly. Even Sabha knows that. Disagreed with her, all my professional life, but I respect her. I invite your attention, Mr. Abdi, before I go into the break, to page 111 of the judgment, where the Supreme Court says serious attacks have been made on the credibility of two judges of the Bombay High Court. The conduct of the petitioners and the interveners scandalizes the process of the court and prima facie constitutes criminal contempt. That's a very strong charge. Why was this charge made? Mr. Abdi will respond to Mahesh Jetmalani. The debate continues. This is a hot debate. We're coming back on a day of a big judgment on Loya. Don't go anywhere. I'm back with you in a few minutes. And now what's happening is completely incredible. The lobby, having lost now, seems to have pushed its own political masters very quickly. And we are hearing right now that tomorrow there will be a meeting of all political parties from the opposition who will hold a formal meeting to decide on the forward movement in their ongoing efforts to bring in the Rajya Sabha an impeachment motion against the Chief Justice of India, Mahesh Jetmalani. This is incredible. The country's highest court says that serious attacks are made on the credibility of judges, says the judiciary is being maligned, calls out the motives of the petitioners, and the petitioners now indulge in political blackmail, directly or indirectly, and now the Congress party wants to impeach the Chief Justice. Mr. Abdi, you realize where this is going?
Arnab,
Mahesh Jetmalani.
Arnab, it is time.
I realize where
Mahesh Jetmalani versus Mr. Abdi.
Arnab, 1 minute. Arnab, it's time that the Supreme Court, to answer this question on impeachment, unites. It's a collegiate system, and whatever the differences on matters of procedure, on such matters of substance, they must speak in one voice. Justice Chalmeshwar has already said impeachment is not an answer. I hope all the other judges are of the same view. In any event, Arnab, to answer what Abdi said, at this sanctimonious nonsense which they keep talking about, that they initiated this petition only for the purpose of protecting judicial independence. The strongest rebuff has been given in paragraph 74, and let me quickly quote. This is what Justice Chandrachud says. Repeatedly, counsel for the petitioners and interveners have attempted to inform the court that they have no personal agenda and that they have instituted these proceedings to protect judicial independence. An aura of good faith has been sought to be created by submitting that the true purpose of seeking an inquiry into the circumstances relating to the death of Judge Loya is to protect the district judiciary. But as the submissions have evolved, it has become clear that the petition is a veiled attempt to launch a frontal attack on the independence of the judiciary and to dilute the credibility of judicial institutions. The highest court in the land has spoken, and I assure you that if any of the other judges of the Supreme Court were to read this judgment, they would agree with what is said, every word with what is said, including what is said about the petitioners and their lawyers.
Mr. Abdi, do respond, and do remember there are several other parts of the judgment where the motivations of the petitioners has also been questioned, Mr. Abdi.
Actually what happens, the role of judges is to decide the disputes. In this matter, what has happened, The judges have come as a witness. The 4 judges has come as a witness. 2 judges of High Court has come with a side. That's why when the contentious issue is there before the court, there are questions are to be raised to prove your point. There was no intention to malign. There was no intention to attack the independence of the judiciary or to degrade the institution. But in this context, this happens because judges have come as a witness.
Mr. Jetblani, demolish this sanctimonious humbug that you are now mouthing. Abdi, you're a hypocrite. I'm saying so. This sanctimonious nonsense which you are spewing on television has been rebuffed by the Supreme Court. You are not interested in judicial integrity and judicial independence. Quite the contrary, said the Supreme Court. I don't carry an impression. The Supreme Court carries an impression.
That is the impression of the Supreme Court. I know what I stand for.
Respect the Supreme Court before whom you appeared. Have some respect for the institution.
I don't need certificate from anybody.
Have some respect for the institution by which you survive.
That is why we initiated this process. We have got respect for the institution.
That is not why you initiated the
devotion for the institution.
You initiated for political and personal ends.
Yes, that was the intention. No political, no personal agenda. I can guarantee this. If anybody proves from tomorrow I will stop going to the court. That I have got any personal agenda or any political agenda.
Yeah, you may have to.
There's so many issues we have taken up. This is not the first issue, and there was no political agenda.
Sir, let me say this clearly. You may say there's no political agenda, but this case, now back to the debate. This case is inextricably linked with politics. Mr. Abdi, with the greatest of respect to you, let's not pretend. You don't pretend to me, I don't pretend to you. I'm with everyone on the debate. This case, Mr. Abdi, I don't live in a vacuum and neither do you. Mr. Ahmed Abdi, you're a very respected member of the bar. But Mr. Abdi, everyone else on the debate. I don't live in a bubble and neither do you. Please don't pretend this case is political. Please don't pretend, sir, that you don't know the political consequences and after impacts of this. No. Rajiv Pandey is on the debate. Everyone on the debate now. Rajiv Pandey is on the debate. We're back to the debate. Rajiv Pandey hasn't spoken for now. Rajiv Pandey, back on the debate. Back on the political debate with Rajiv Pandey.
You are my friend in the Bombay bar. But what I'm trying to say, you have filed either for publicity or politically motivated case. And my main question is, Arnab, these 4 people try to disrepute our Honorable Supreme Court of India, try to
Arnab, let me tell you that you have been talking that there was a motivation, there was an intention.
Prasad, Bhushan, Dushyant,
there was a motivation, there was an intention. You have been saying since that one and a half hour. Let me tell you, Arnab,
their only purpose
question a person's death was a sitting judge under a circumstances. Is it bad? You are a champion of this kind of questions, Arnab. Like whenever you find
I don't know for what Mr. Abdi has done. He is such a great gentleman in the bar.
You have taken up the issue on your channel. Like Sundar Pushkar case, you have been investigating it. You have been conducting a parallel inquiry in the Sundar Pushkar murder case. So what is the harm if certain people go to the Supreme Court and ask for an investigation? Are they doing any injustice?
Okay, I'll tell you.
There is an ulterior motive or there is a reason, there is a political motive. No, I would tell you there is no political motive.
Of course.
You should have taken up this cause. You are a champion in this Sundar Pushkar murder case. You took
Okay, back on the debate now. Back on the debate. One minute. With Sambit stay. One minute stay.
No, there is something wrong with the judiciary, so why don't we suspend?
Okay, one second. MR Venkateshan Sabha. MR and Sabha on the debate. MR and Sabha are on the debate, and my point is now on a different point out here. MR Sabha, first debate this. There is a lobby, declare it. Rahul Gandhi is the head of the lobby, declare it. Let's not pretend now. I'll tell you why. This lobby engages in motivated activism. Rahul Gandhi is the lobby, he must declare it. They speak not just in the case of Justice Loya MR. Jignesh Mewani toes the Congress line. Is it collusion when Abhishek Manu tweets this one thing and Prashant Bhushan also tweets within seconds? They tweet with the same panic-laced hashtags. Sheila Rashid tweets with the Congress Democracy in Danger hashtag right after the judiciary press conference. This lobby has been caught on tape, Sabha. When we exposed how Congress party's closest, Rahul's closest aide, Alankar Sawai, probably organized Jignesh Mewani's press club news conference right after the Bhima Koregaon violence, he went running 1 kilometer outside the press club and ran into our auto rickshaw. This is always the same clique. It's the same clique in the Loya case. It's the same clique, MR in the Not In My Name case. This is the same clique in the JNU case. This is the same clique in the Colonel Purohit case. This is the same clique that jumps the gun in the Rohit Vemula case. This is the same clique that opposes triple talaq bills. It is the same clique. Not only do they speak on the same issues, now let me expose them completely. They have another unique binding characteristic. They are also silent on the same issues. The same lobby that is ready to fearmonger about democracy being in danger will also not speak about the PFI, which the NIA believes is an active threat to our democracy. So they are silent on the same issues. They are silent when Taslima Nasreen is forced to turn back from Aurangabad airport. They panic over the same issues. The same pre-poll panic on Loya before the Gujarat elections, the same panic politics on caste before the Karnataka elections, the same panic politics over identity before the Meghalaya elections, the same panic politics over Ayodhya before 2019. You want me to give you more examples about this lobby?
It is the Karnataka elections.
MR
you want to use it in the Karnataka election? And your lobby want to use it in the Karnataka election to influence the voters. How can you are alleging the same thing and you are doing the same thing for which you are alleging to the other party?
You are also party to this, unwittingly. You are also party to this Tukde gang or what we call it.
I am not afraid even if I have a party.
Sati for the same
I don't mind even if I have a party. But you are doing the same thing for which you are alleging to the Congress party and did it in the Gujarat election period.
You will commit Sati for the same reason. You will be silent for the same reason. You are all people who are having umbilical cords with each other and you are tied and you have a tectonic link with each other and that's how you operate. And there is no need for any big data analytics to tell you this. We all know right from Adams how you all behave. We all know how you behave, what you react, how is it that you actually position, how is it that you actually go about and react to issues. So do we know that you all are symbiotic,
a whole lot of complicated issues
getting exposed by the day. The problem is
MR has no umbilical cord with anything. MR repeats. MR has no umbilical cord with anything. MR, you have no umbilical cord with. How dare you simplify everything? How dare you simplify everything and label people who have more courage than you will ever have. Do not label people who... You are sitting being an apologist of the ruling party. There is nothing here. If Mahesh Jethmalani talks about Tukde gang, I will ask him, are you BJP gang?
So you can
say Mahesh Jethmalani are you RSS? BJP gang?
And I'm proud to be. I'm proud to be. If the BJP gang is...
What gang are you?
1 minute. If by BJP gang you mean somebody who is opposed to the Tukde gang, yes.
Which gang?
Yes. I am saying so. I am saying so.
Are you BJP gang, Mahesh?
If by the BJP gang you mean somebody who is opposed to the Tukde gang, I am proud to be a member of the BJP gang.
How dare you reduce him to three words? As a lawyer, I would have expected better from you. You are sounding like a pamphlet here. As a lawyer, you have a problem with Prashant Bhushan. That's different. That's up to you. You have an ideological problem with him. That's a different matter. But I'm asking you, are you also a part of the BJP gang? Let's have an open admission here. Are you? Are you not? There is a BJP gang. There is an RSS gang.
I am telling you some. I am
successfully in power, becoming more and more powerful. Yes. You are.
Your question.
Let's get that.
With all due respect, with all due respect, you accuse. With all due respect. With all due respect, Sabha, your question is much longer than what you accuse Arnab of doing.
All you guys are also part of a gang.
I am. I'm part. I'm part of the anti-Tukde gang. Yes.
I'm so glad to hear you say it, Mahesh.
And you should be too. And you should be too.
Now we're fine. Now we can all laugh. We can all laugh.
Taslim Imani. Taslim. No, I can't extend this forever. Thank you very much. No. 1 second.
I don't stand with power. I will always speak against power.
Sabha, we are discussing the lawyer case.
Who is committing rape on all these?
I don't understand this. Sabha, you have not made a single point on the case for the last 5 minutes. Sabha, the question is, in this particular case, I put out the circle of intent. See, Taslim Remani, we must be honest at one point. This lawyer story. Now, can you just calm down everyone for a minute? One thing which is clear to everyone today is that Taslim Remani, let me tell you, listen to me and then speak. Listen to me and speak. Listen to me and speak. Don't speak over me. Listen to me and speak. Answer my question. Do you think anybody here believes, anybody watching the program tonight believes that 20 days before the results in Gujarat, in the middle of the campaigning, 1086 days after the death of Justice Loya, the article was published in the pamphlet just like that? That is why today, 1 minute, I haven't finished. That is why, and the second question, and that is why within 24 hours of the case being dismissed by the Supreme Court of India and the intentions of all those people being exposed, a group of political parties wants to impeach the Chief Justice of India. A group of political parties is so upset, this lobby is so powerful, this lobby is so important that it can threaten to impeach the Chief Justice of India because he delivered a judgment in this case. You think it's a joke in this country? You think a bunch of lobbyists will run the country? And this bunch of lobbyists, you know what? They don't like to be called lobbyists. They want to be called, this bunch of lobbyists, they hate the word lobbyists. But I tell you, Taslim Remani, they are nothing else but lobbyists.
Impeachment motion was planned much earlier, not today.
Well, Neera Radia was also a lobbyist. I'll end this debate. Some do it for commerce, some do it for politics. Some do it for God knows what.
Arnab, who is not a lobbyist? Even you are a
lobbyist. No, absolutely. I am a lobbyist for the truth. Now, as far as this case is concerned, if there is an attempt that is made to impeach the Chief Justice of India because he spoke the truth in this case, it may be a case of extending the case a little bit too far. I thank you all very much for joining me on a day when there has been a defining moment in the courts. Let's see where this goes tomorrow. Back to debate number 2 now.